everyone, it's Max, and today I am here with my August TBR. I can't believe it's already August. I mean, how has this year flown by so fast? I can't believe it. It also helped that I took like 3 weeks of vacation where time means nothing, and that took up the last part of June and the first part of July. I have a feeling that this aperture is gonna go a little crazy because it's a little blue out, so stick with me, I do apologize. But I have decided for August to try and do the new Fairy Loot TBR game. So if you didn't get the May Fairy Loot, or you didn't like see someone's video on it, we were given a TBR game where they give you 20 prompts or 20 like spaces, and you can put different books or prompts. I decided to do prompts like challenge, so any of my challenge books, tome, arc, ebook, audiobook, all that good stuff. And they also gave you a 20-sided die, which if you play Dungeons and Dragons like myself, this is really awesome. And so you roll it, and whatever number it lands on corresponds with one of the spaces. I decided to do 6 rolls, but if I got the same challenge twice, prompt twice, then I had to add an extra roll. So without further ado, let's just get into the first roll. All right, roll number 1 is a 2. Okay, the first roll went off with a bang, and it was prompt number 2, read a tome, and I'm going with Wings of Shadow by Nikki Pau-Preto. This is the last book in the Crown of Feathers trilogy. I am so excited. I cannot wait to read this. This is about 2 sisters, somewhat, who are living destitute in this world that was recently, in like the last 10 years, 18 years ravaged by war. And they both really desperately want to be Phoenix Riders, even though now that is illegal. Well, our main character, whose name I can't remember, Veronica, she hatches a phoenix, but then when her sister does something absolutely unimaginable, she leaves her sister, disguises herself as a boy, and enrolls in the Phoenix Rider, like, hidden rebel group, where you have to be a boy to be a Phoenix Rider, which, like, we don't really love that, but I love Veronica. I really like Tristan, who is like the son of the captain. He's another point of view that we have, and they have a great relationship, friendship. They have a great friendship, and I just really love her point of view. We also follow Val, her sister, who is also trying to find her own phoenix and trying to find Veronica. And while Veronica kind of goes like the light route, Val goes the dark route. As you can see, there are 2 different creatures here. They are symbolic of Veronica and Val's storylines, I guess. I am so excited. I love this series. I love Crown of Feathers. I love Heart of Flames. I am so excited to pick this one up. I reread Crown of Feathers in October, and I just loved it. I read Heart of Flames last April, I think April, and it got me out of a reading slump, and I'm just so excited to see how this ends. It's a chunky one. A tome I'm considering is anything over 500 pages, and this is like 600, so definitely a tome, and I am just so excited to see what happens. Okay, roll number 2 is a 16. Roll number 2 was prompt 16, which was to read an adult novel, and for this I'm going with The Duke and I by Julia Quinn. This is the first book in the Bridgerton series. I am kind of thinking about reading the whole series, and so why not start with this one? This follows Daphne, who is the 4th child of the Bridgerton family, and her coming out season, she is named by the Queen as like the fairest of all of the girls who are coming out. And she is thrown into high society as like the best of the best. But then when men start to lose interest, she picks up a fake engagement with Sebastian something, I can't remember. Simon Bassett, and he is just trying to get like wanting mothers off his back, like who want him to marry their daughters. So they strike up a fake engagement or courtship to try and get her to be more desirable again, and for him to keep women off his back. And of course, they fall in love. One thing happened in the show that I did not like at all. Consent was a little questionable, very questionable. And I'm interested to see if it happens in this and how it's dealt with, because I felt like it did happen and it wasn't dealt with well at all. It's basically like Simon and Daphne just forgot about it, and it was Daphne against Simon. And Simon just like forgave her for it and just like they brushed it aside and they lived happily ever after, which I don't agree with. I think, you know, I think it should have been a conversation. I think it should have been way more delved into and explained, because that wasn't great. But I am interested to see how that's dealt with in the book.
Rule number 3 is a 14.
And now I've got a dog with me. So if you see her, which, oh, there she is. She's gonna join us, as she always does when I film here. All right, rule number 3 is prompt 14 to start a new series. And for this, I'm going with The Black Griffin by Mercedes Lackey. I believe it's the first book in the Mage War series. In June and July, I read 2 series by Mercedes Lackey. The last Harold Mage series, which I did not particularly enjoy, and the Arrows trilogy, Arrows of Valdemar trilogy, something like that, which I did actually really, really like. And so now I'm going back to the beginning. I am reading a Mercedes Lackey book a month, or listening to. They're going to be my audiobooks of the month. So now I am going back to the start, chronologically reading from the beginning. And so that does start with The Black Griffin. I cannot really tell you what it's about. I'm not totally sure. I just know it's the start of a series.
Rule number 4 is an 11.
All right, rule number 4 landed on prompt 11, science fiction, and I'm going with Creation Abomination by Alan W. Thompson. I got this at a Black Friday Barnes & Noble sale because he was there signing them, and I am a little nervous about this because it is about, I think it's Earth, but it's definitely science fiction because it's like way in the future, where this like debilitating disease that's like killing a bunch of people, they find that embryonic stem cells can cure it. But that means killing babies while they're still in the womb. And I think it brings up an interesting point and like talking subject about like what is life, and are children before they're born considered alive, and like if they're like how far along, and abortion. And I hope this goes away where it incites thoughtful discussion and it's like interesting, and not like it's a sin and, you know, never do it. And because if it does go that route, I have a feeling I'm not gonna be able to finish this. And where I'm from, where I live, it definitely could go that route. And that's very nerve-wracking to me, but I do hope it goes the more like thought-provoking route than just preaching about how abortion is a sin. So we'll see.
Rule number 5 is a 13.
All right, rule number 5 was prompt 13, which is to read a new book, and I'm going with Daughter of Sparta by Claire M. Andrews. I got this for my best friend for her birthday in July, thinking maybe we could buddy read it, so I want to talk to her and see if we could do it this month. If we can't do it this month, then I'll change it to a different new book. I've got plenty of them, so no worries there. But this is a retelling of Daphne, I think. Wow, I'm reading 2 books about someone named Daphne this month. That's kind of funny. And she's like, who does she get with? Pericles? Apollo. So there's something about like, you know, it's a Greek myth and it's like retold as like this young woman, I think it's young adult, and she like teams up with Apollo to do stuff. Isn't that just like such a great synopsis? Don't we love it? But I am so in the mood for like ancient Greek, Egyptian, Roman like mythology right now, because I did just get back from Egypt. And so I think that this is the perfect book to cure that, or to help me still just like thrive on it, because I am really excited to pick this up.
Rule number 6 is a 16 again.
All right, we rolled the same prompt twice with 16, read an adult book. But for this, I am going to go with Joe Abercrombie's Best Served Cold. This is the Joe Abercrombie book I'm reading in the month of August. Obviously, this is the first book after the First Law trilogy, which I liked. I think it ended really disappointedly, where like no character was in like a good spot. Like none of our main characters ended satisfyingly. Like, I can understand death. I'm like, yeah, kill off your main character if it makes sense. But like, that's not even what happened. It's just like all of our characters ended in bad spots.
Roll number 7 is a 12.
All right, for the last roll, it was prompt number 12, read a backlog book, and I'm going with The Dragonbone Chair by Tad Williams. Finally. So I can never give a very good synopsis of this, but it's like a human king dies, and then the Sithi king or she king, he comes and he's like, I'm gonna be king now. And our main character is a kitchen boy who has to, I think, like get a note to someone or something. That's all I got. It's a trilogy. All the books are out. It is over 600 pages. The cover sucks. All of the covers literally look like basically the exact same, but I am really hoping to absolutely love this. It has been on my TBR for so long. Sorry, I'm out of breath. My dog got this and I had to run around to get her. So now I'm just like out of breath. But I'm just so excited for this. All right, and then outside of my rolls, I do have one more book to talk about, and that is The Winter Long by Shauna McGuire. This is my October Day book of the month. I'm so excited. I am loving all of these. I love Shauna McGuire's writing. I love October. I love Tybalt. I'm like just really enjoying this series. I don't know what this is about, honestly. I think she's learning more about her past and like her mother, because her mother, she is half Fae. Her mother was Fae, her father was human, and then right when this book starts, she is turned into a fish. And she had a daughter and a husband, and they had no idea where she went. They were both humans. So when she came out of the enchantment 14 years later, they basically had given up all hope. And so she is now on her own trying to like relearn the world. She's also a PI and a knight for her like ruling fairy, like her duke. And I have just been loving this series. This is book 8. Can we believe I'm already 8 books into it? This is like, so I kind of call this a female Harry Dresden Files because it is kind of similar with like magical murders and mysteries that they have to solve, but she is so much better than Harry, and I DNF'd the series after the 7th. So here we are. I've reached that point where I'm surpassing my Harry Dresden read, which I started last year and stopped. And I am so excited to see how this goes. All right, everyone, that is the 8 books that I want to read next month. Wish me luck. I hope you all enjoyed, and I will see you soon with another video. Bye!